Feet, often considered one of the most overlooked parts of the human body, hold a surprising allure that many tend to ignore. While they are essential for movement and daily functionality, they also possess a deeper significance in the realm of intimacy, sensuality, and connection. The feet are not only a physical foundation supporting our bodies through every step we take, but they also embody a unique form of vulnerability and tenderness that can draw attention when viewed through a more intimate lens. Whether through a gentle touch, a playful caress, or a subtle gesture of care, feet have the power to evoke strong emotional and physical responses. Often hidden from view, they are a private part of the body that, when exposed, can spark an unexpected level of attraction. The soles, arches, toes, and heels, with their intricate design and sensitivity, offer opportunities for deep connection, making them much more than mere body parts. In intimate moments, the act of engaging with a partner's feet, whether through a massage, a kiss, or simply a tender touch, can foster trust and affection. It's a sign of care, attention, and often vulnerability, creating a bridge between the emotional and physical realms. Feet represent both a space of submission and a place of strength, where physical sensations meet emotional intimacy. In this way, they are not just a means of mobility, but a powerful symbol of connection, comfort, and sensuality that resonates through every gesture. Number 1. Her ears. The ears, often regarded as a sensitive and intimate part of the body, hold a surprising level of allure and erotic potential that many might overlook. They play a crucial role not only in hearing, but also in communication and connection, especially in intimate moments. The outer ear, with its delicate curves and crevices, is highly sensitive to touch, making it a prime spot for arousal and deep connection. When you touch, kiss, or even whisper close to a woman's ears, you engage one of her most sensitive zones, triggering sensations that can be incredibly stimulating. The ear is equipped with a variety of nerve endings that respond intensely to light touches and gentle caresses, making it an erogenous zone that can evoke powerful reactions when touched in the right way. Often it's not just the touch itself, but the act of focusing attention on such a sensitive and personal area that creates a feeling of deep intimacy. Whispering sweet words, giving a soft nibble on the earlobe, or even gently blowing air across the ear can send a shiver down her spine, heightening the tension and anticipation for more. A woman's ear is often a neglected area during intimacy, yet it holds immense potential for enhancing the experience. Many men tend to focus on more obvious areas of a woman's body, like her chest or hips, but the ear deserves more attention. When a man takes the time to gently caress her ear or whisper sweetly into it, it shows a level of attentiveness and care that speaks to a deeper emotional connection. The soft, warm sensation of breath against the ear can bring her immense pleasure, especially if accompanied by a whispered compliment or playful remark. These small, seemingly insignificant actions create an atmosphere of tenderness and trust, allowing her to feel more relaxed and open to further intimacy. It's not just about physical touch. The act of engaging with her ears can be deeply emotional, as it taps into a level of closeness that goes beyond the surface. The connection created through ear stimulation is more intimate than what many might realize, and it plays an essential role in building sexual chemistry and trust. The physical anatomy of the ear also adds to its sensual appeal. The earlobe, with its soft and pliable texture, is often the most sensitive part of the ear, and a gentle bite or nibble can create an intense feeling of pleasure. Some women might prefer light touches, while others may enjoy a firmer grip, depending on personal preference. The key is to be attentive to her body language and reactions. The ears are not just a passive part of the body, They are actively involved in the emotional and physical sensations that accompany intimacy. The connection between what is heard and what is felt can blur the lines, creating an experience where both the body and the mind are aroused. In this way, the ears serve as a gateway for not only physical pleasure, but also emotional connection, which is crucial for a fulfilling, intimate relationship. Whispering sweet words, saying things that make her feel desired, or engaging in playful teasing can stimulate her ears and, by extension, her entire body. The auditory experience, in combination with the physical touch, can trigger a cascade of emotions and sensations. It's a form of communication that transcends words, allowing for a deeper bond and greater anticipation. For many women, the act of being touched around the ears feels profoundly personal and vulnerable. It's a space that is close to the face, to the heart, and yet often remains untouched in casual encounters. Therefore, giving attention to this area can create an unforgettable sense of closeness, allowing her to feel valued and cherished. Moreover, the combination of physical touch and intimate whispers can elevate the level of arousal, triggering her body's natural response to sensual stimulation. The ears are an essential part of the body that, when stimulated correctly, can lead to profound pleasure and satisfaction. Much of the appeal lies in the element of surprise, as many women do not expect the ears to be a central focus during intimacy. When approached with care and attention, the ear becomes an exciting and pleasurable area to explore. It represents a fusion of emotional and physical intimacy, where touch, sound, and energy converge to create a moment of deep connection. So, next time you find yourself with a partner, consider giving her ears the attention they deserve. It's a simple but effective way to heighten the experience, build intimacy, and make her feel seen and appreciated. By understanding the power of touch and communication through the ears, you unlock an exciting avenue for arousal and emotional connection that can truly elevate your relationship to new heights. Number 2. Her neck. The neck, often regarded as one of the most sensual and intimate areas of the body, carries a profound allure that can be incredibly arousing when given the right attention. With its delicate curve and soft skin, the neck holds a wealth of nerve endings, making it extremely sensitive to touch. When someone gently caresses or kisses this area, the sensation can send waves of pleasure throughout the body. The neck, situated just beneath the head and close to vital areas such as the ears and throat, is a natural focal point for intimacy. The vulnerability of this region, being close to the jugular vein, the spine, and other delicate structures, adds an element of trust and closeness, allowing for a deeper emotional and physical connection. It's not just about the physical touch. The neck's proximity to the face and its ability to capture breath and scent enhances the experience. Gentle kisses, soft nibbles, or even the simple act of resting your lips against her neck can create an electric charge that resonates through her entire body. When attention is given to the neck, it becomes an unspoken language of desire, conveying feelings that words alone cannot express. A lingering kiss on the neck can speak volumes of affection and passion, stirring feelings of warmth and longing. The lightest brush of lips against this sensitive area can provoke an almost immediate response, as the body instinctively reacts to the touch. In fact, many women report that the neck is one of the most intimate and exciting places to be touched, as it's a subtle yet powerful way to communicate affection, arousal, and desire. The combination of softness, sensitivity, and proximity to the heart and face makes the neck a perfect zone for building anticipation and excitement. When touched with care and intention, this area can serve as a gateway to heightened intimacy, encouraging a sense of closeness and vulnerability that brings partners together in a way few other areas of the body can. The skin on the neck is thinner and more fragile than other parts of the body, which contributes to its heightened sensitivity. This makes the neck an ideal area to explore with a gentle touch or soft kiss. The lightest caress can be enough to trigger an emotional and physical response, and as such, the neck holds the power to create a deep connection between partners. Whether it's a slow, lingering kiss at the base of the neck or the playful trace of fingers along the collarbone, the possibilities for exploration are endless. The neck's allure lies in its subtlety. Its sensuality is not always immediately obvious, but when it is touched with care, the impact is unforgettable. The act of touching or kissing the neck can ignite a sense of desire and anticipation, setting the stage for deeper intimacy. For many women, the neck is not just a physical sensation, but an emotional one. Being kissed or touched in this area feels intensely personal, as it represents a moment of closeness and vulnerability. Unlike more obvious erogenous zones, the neck offers a level of subtlety and intimacy that can heighten the emotional connection between partners. It's an area that is often overlooked in favor of other parts of the body, but those who take the time to explore it can discover a wealth of pleasure and connection. A gentle kiss on the neck can communicate desire without saying a word, creating an unspoken bond that strengthens the relationship. The neck is also a place where scent plays a significant role. Being able to inhale the scent of her skin as you kiss or touch this area can enhance the experience, making it more intimate and personal. The act of touching the neck is not just about physical pleasure. It's also a powerful means of building trust and intimacy. When you gently kiss or caress her neck, you are communicating a sense of safety and comfort, allowing her to let go of any reservations and fully embrace the moment. The neck, being such a vulnerable and sensitive area, is an ideal place to show tenderness and affection. It's a space where passion and tenderness coexist, allowing for a deeper connection that extends beyond just the physical. Whether it's a soft, lingering kiss or the subtle brushing of lips along the neck, the experience is one that can elevate the level of intimacy and emotional connection between partners. The neck also plays a pivotal role in the act of seduction and arousal. A well-timed kiss or touch on the neck can elicit a powerful emotional response, building anticipation for what comes next. It's a slow and deliberate exploration, allowing for a heightened sense of desire to build gradually. The neck is a place that invites intimate moments, encouraging partners to focus on each other and engage in a deeper, more meaningful way. By giving attention to the neck, you show a level of attentiveness and care that can make a woman feel truly seen and cherished. It's not just about physical attraction, it's about creating a moment of emotional connection that sets the stage for further intimacy and pleasure. In sum, the neck is a highly sensitive and intimate part of the body, with the power to heighten feelings of desire, affection, and trust. When treated with care and attention, it can serve as a gateway to deeper emotional and physical connections, making it an essential area to explore during moments of intimacy. The combination of physical sensitivity, emotional vulnerability, and the ability to convey desire and affection makes the neck a powerful tool in building intimacy and enhancing pleasure. Through gentle kisses, soft touches, or the whispered exchange of affection, the neck becomes a space where connection flourishes and moments of tenderness and passion are shared. Number 3. Her lips. Her lips, the soft, inviting contours of her face, serve as one of the most captivating features of the human body, and they have long been celebrated for their sensual and emotional significance. Often regarded as the focal point of attraction, lips hold the power to convey a multitude of feelings and desires without uttering a single word. Their softness and pliability make them ideal for the intimate connection that is shared through touch. Whether it's a gentle kiss, a passionate embrace, or the subtle act of brushing lips against hers. Lips are, after all, designed for expression and connection, not just for speech. They carry the weight of the unspoken and communicate emotions in ways that can often surpass verbal language. The sensation of feeling her lips against your own is electric, and it transcends the simple physical act. It can communicate affection, lust, comfort or longing, depending on the intent and the moment. The touch of her lips against yours can send shockwaves through the body, stirring the senses and heightening awareness in ways that few other physical interactions can match. When she smiles, when she pouts, when she speaks, or when she kisses, her lips take on a life of their own, shaping the atmosphere around them. They are often one of the first things that draw people's attention, as they are synonymous with communication and connection. The way her lips curve in a smile or quiver in anticipation can speak volumes of her inner state. Lips are often the gateway to deeper emotional intimacy, as they are so closely linked to vulnerability and trust. The act of kissing her lips is, in many ways, an act of surrender, allowing oneself to be open and vulnerable to the other person, to express affection in its purest form. The warmth of her lips can be a form of reassurance and tenderness, or they can carry an undeniable intensity depending on the moment. The exchange of a kiss can elevate a relationship, deepening emotional bonds and heightening physical attraction. Beyond the physical touch, lips also have a symbolic role in communication, often playing a key part in non-verbal dialogue. They are expressions of both seduction and affection, and their very proximity to the mouth makes them highly intimate. The simple act of holding her lips with yours can feel like an exchange of energy, an unspoken dialogue of mutual affection and desire. The slight pressure, the rhythm of the kiss, and the sensations of her lips pressing against yours all create an undeniable connection. In these moments, time seems to slow, and everything else fades into the background. It's just the two of you, united by the warmth of her lips. Lips have an undeniable magnetic pull, drawing people in with their beauty and softness, and they are one of the few areas of the body that can instantly establish such an intimate and profound bond. The physical attributes of her lips also play a significant role in their appeal. Their softness, the fullness, the natural curve of the upper and lower lips all contribute to their seductive nature. A slight pout can accentuate their fullness, while a subtle smile can make them appear even more inviting. The color of her lips, whether naturally rosy or enhanced with lipstick, adds to their allure, creating a vivid focal point on her face. The way her lips move when she speaks, the way they part slightly when she's focused or deep in thought, all serve to captivate the observer's attention. In this way, lips are not just for kissing, they are an essential part of the language of attraction. The act of kissing itself is rooted in the deep psychological connection between two people, as it is an expression of deep affection and emotional closeness. Through the simple act of kissing, emotions are exchanged, and feelings of love, desire, and longing are communicated. Moreover, lips are deeply tied to the sense of taste, further enhancing their sensuality. The act of kissing her lips and tasting the sweetness of her skin can heighten the sensory experience, adding an extra layer of depth to the connection. A kiss can be gentle and exploratory, or it can be more urgent and intense, depending on the emotions at play. Regardless of the style, lips are always the center of the kiss, guiding the experience with their tender, responsive touch. The combination of texture, taste, and sensation creates an unforgettable experience, making the lips an irreplaceable part of human interaction. Lips also play a significant role in the anticipation of touch. The mere thought of her lips brushing against yours can ignite a spark of desire and excitement. The anticipation can be more powerful than the actual kiss itself, as the mind and body prepare for the sensory overload that comes with the contact. The mere idea of feeling her lips press against your skin can be enough to send a rush of adrenaline, creating a thrilling sense of tension and longing. It is in these moments of anticipation that desire begins to build, heightening the intensity of the kiss when it finally arrives. In the context of relationships, her lips also take on a profound emotional weight. They are not just symbols of attraction and desire, but also of affection and connection. Kisses exchanged between partners hold layers of meaning, expressing everything from tenderness and care to passion and longing. Each kiss shared between two people is a reaffirmation of their bond, a reminder of the love and intimacy they share. Her lips, therefore, are not just physical objects of beauty and desire. They are vessels of communication and connection, able to carry the weight of deep emotions. The act of kissing her lips can be a profound and intimate experience, drawing both individuals closer and enhancing the depth of their relationship. In sum, her lips are much more than just a physical feature. They are the gateway to a world of emotions, desires, and connections. They serve as the primary vehicle for communication, both verbal and non-verbal, and have the power to elevate a simple moment into an unforgettable experience. Their softness, sensuality, and the profound role they play in intimacy make them a unique and cherished feature of the human body. Whether in a simple kiss, a lingering touch, or the act of whispering sweet words, her lips are a powerful expression of love, affection, and desire. Number 4. Her scalp. Her scalp, often overlooked in the grand scheme of physical attraction, holds an understated yet profound allure that transcends its position at the top of her body. It is, in many ways, a delicate landscape of sensory experience, home to countless nerve endings and intimately connected to the feelings of relaxation, warmth, and connection. The scalp may not always be at the forefront of attraction, yet the way it responds to touch is capable of sending electric ripples throughout the body, making it an area rich in potential for intimacy and sensuality. A gentle stroke along her scalp can invoke a sense of calm, a quiet reassurance, or ignite a more passionate response, depending on the circumstances. There is something inherently tender about touching her scalp. Its sensitivity to even the slightest pressure evokes a connection that is both comforting and stimulating. When you run your fingers through her hair, the scalp is the silent partner in this intimate exchange, responding with a subtle yet powerful connection to the touch. The sensation is more than just physical. It is an emotional and psychological experience, deeply rooted in the intimacy of the moment. The light pressure applied to her scalp can have a soothing effect, similar to a gentle massage, easing tension and inducing relaxation. But there's also something more intimate in how the scalp responds to touch. It's a quiet act of surrender, as the scalp, just beneath the surface of her hair, is a vulnerable and sensitive part of her body. This vulnerability is what makes the touch of her scalp so powerful, as it creates an immediate sense of closeness, as though you're invited into her personal space in a way that few other gestures can replicate. The act of touching her scalp, brushing through her hair, or massaging the area with your fingertips can induce a deep emotional connection, strengthening the bond between the two of you. There is also an undeniable sensuality that lies within her scalp, a hidden source of intimacy that is often underappreciated. The act of running your fingers through her hair or gently massaging her scalp can serve as a form of silent communication, expressing care, affection, and desire without words. It can also be a deeply sensual experience, one that bridges the gap between comfort and arousal, creating a space where emotional closeness and physical attraction coexist. As your fingers glide through her hair, touching the scalp beneath, it creates an intimate rhythm, a shared moment that is deeply personal and charged with emotion. The connection that is established during this simple yet powerful act is not only physical but also emotional, as the touch of her scalp allows for a deeper understanding of her physicality, her sensitivity, and her trust. The gentle caress of her scalp can feel like a profound expression of affection, an act of tenderness that speaks volumes about the closeness and connection between two people. The scalp also plays an integral role in her overall sense of comfort and safety. When you touch her scalp, particularly in moments of quiet intimacy, it is not just about the physical sensation. It is about providing her with a sense of security and trust. The touch of your hand on her scalp can have a calming effect, helping her feel grounded and cared for, as though you are offering her solace in the midst of life's chaos. The scalp's sensitivity to touch amplifies this feeling of comfort, as it is one of the areas of the body that responds so readily to even the gentlest of gestures. A massage of her scalp, particularly after a long day, can act as a form of reassurance, a way of showing her that you are there to support her and take care of her. This moment of care becomes a shared experience, deepening the bond between you as it reinforces the emotional intimacy that exists between the two of you. Another remarkable aspect of her scalp is its connection to her hair, which is often considered one of the most beautiful and alluring features of the body. The way her hair cascades down, how it catches the light, and the texture it holds are all aspects of attraction that begin with the scalp. When you touch her scalp, you're not only engaging with her most sensitive and personal area, but also enhancing the beauty of her hair, which is often a point of pride and self-expression. The way her hair feels, whether silky, textured, or voluminous, is influenced by the care and attention her scalp receives. The act of touching her scalp, massaging the roots of her hair, or simply running your fingers through her strands is not only an expression of physical desire, but also a recognition of her beauty and the effort she puts into taking care of herself. Furthermore, there is an undeniable emotional charge that comes with the act of touching her scalp. It's an area so close to the head, where thoughts and emotions are constantly swirling, and the act of gently touching it can feel like an attempt to soothe her, to provide comfort during moments of stress, anxiety, or uncertainty. The connection you establish through the touch of her scalp becomes a space where she can let down her guard and feel safe and cared for. It is in these moments that the touch of your hand can express more than words ever could. It's the unspoken assurance that she is cherished and valued. The scalp, therefore, holds a deep emotional significance that makes it one of the most powerful areas to touch when you want to create a sense of closeness, trust, and intimacy. In moments of passion, the scalp's sensitivity becomes even more pronounced. The touch of your fingers on her scalp can send shivers of excitement and desire through her body, especially if the touch is deliberate and slow. The sensation of your hands at the roots of her hair, guiding her head in gentle movements, can heighten the intensity of the moment, turning a simple act of touch into an electric exchange of energy. This dynamic highlights how the scalp, despite its somewhat hidden nature, can be a focal point of physical and emotional connection, offering an intimate space for both relaxation and passion. Ultimately, her scalp is a part of her body that deserves more attention than it often receives. It is a site of profound sensuality, intimacy, and emotional connection. The scalp, with its rich network of nerve endings, offers an experience of touch that is unique and powerful, whether it is used to soothe, excite, or express affection. The connection that is formed through the touch of her scalp is not just a physical act, it is an invitation into a deeper, more intimate space, a gesture that speaks volumes about care, trust, and emotional closeness. In its subtlety and sensitivity, the scalp holds the potential to foster deeper bonds and create moments of profound connection, making it one of the most intimate areas of the body. Number 5. Her lower back. Her lower back, often hidden beneath layers of clothing and seldom in the spotlight of attention, carries a unique allure that many may overlook, yet it holds profound significance in terms of both sensuality and emotional connection. The lower back is a subtle yet powerful area where the body's lines naturally converge, shaping both posture and movement. Its shape, from the gentle curve of the spine to the smoothness of the skin, has a certain understated elegance that is often admired for its grace and beauty. The lower back serves not only as a physical support structure, but also as a focal point for touch and intimacy, inviting affection, warmth, and tenderness. When you place your hands on her lower back, you're not simply touching a part of her body, you're engaging with an area that is directly tied to her physicality, her strength, and her vulnerability. The skin here is sensitive to touch, and a soft caress or firm pressure can evoke a range of responses, from soothing relaxation to a spark of desire. One of the most intimate ways to engage with her lower back is through the act of gentle massage. The lower back is often a source of tension, especially after long hours of standing or sitting, and a simple touch can provide both comfort and relief. Running your fingers along her spine, gently kneading the muscles that line the lower back, communicates care and attentiveness. It is an act of kindness that speaks to your awareness of her needs and your willingness to take the time to provide comfort. This act of soothing touch can create a sense of closeness, fostering trust and an emotional connection between the two of you. The lower back in this context becomes more than just a physical area. It transforms into a space of mutual care and tenderness. In moments of passion, the lower back also takes on a different significance, becoming a site of heightened sensuality and connection. The way the lower back arches when she moves, the way her body responds to touch in this area, is deeply sensual and magnetic. A tender, slow stroke of the lower back can intensify physical attraction, acting as a silent invitation to explore deeper, more intimate exchanges. This part of the body is inherently vulnerable, and in allowing someone to touch her lower back, she is offering a form of trust, revealing a side of herself that is both intimate and personal. The connection that is formed through this simple gesture is often electric, charged with the potential for both emotional and physical closeness. Her lower back also holds a symbolic connection to strength and support. It is a central part of the body that bears much of the weight during daily activities, acting as the foundation for posture and movement. To touch her lower back is to acknowledge this strength, to appreciate the resilience it takes to carry the demands of the day, whether physical or emotional. A simple hand placed on her lower back can offer a sense of solidarity, a silent gesture that says, "I am here to support you," reinforcing the emotional bond between you. This act can be especially meaningful during times of stress or challenge, as the lower back becomes not just a physical support, but a metaphorical one as well. In moments of intimacy, the lower back can serve as a bridge between physical and emotional connection. The soft curves of the spine, the gentle slope of the back, are all part of the body's natural design, and when touched with intention, these features can elicit a profound sense of closeness. Whether you're cupping her lower back while holding her in an embrace or tracing the outline of her back with your fingertips, the sensation of your touch can create a ripple effect of pleasure and warmth throughout her body. This part of the body, often hidden from casual view, becomes a sacred space, a place where emotional and physical intimacy converge. What makes the lower back so captivating is its combination of tenderness and strength. It is an area that is often taken for granted in terms of physical attraction, yet it has the power to convey a wealth of emotion and desire. When you touch her lower back, you're not only acknowledging her physical presence, but also her emotional state. The act of placing your hand on her lower back can be a quiet form of reassurance, a gesture that conveys support, care, and a deep understanding of who she is. This simple act of touch is imbued with meaning, often conveying more than words ever could. It shows attentiveness, affection, and a willingness to be present with her in the moment. Moreover, the lower back is a key area that plays a significant role in the body's movements, adding fluidity and grace to her steps. Whether she is walking, dancing, or simply standing, the movement of her lower back is often a reflection of her confidence and poise. When you touch this area, you are not only responding to her physicality, but also acknowledging her presence and the way she carries herself through the world. It's an intimate way of recognizing her strength, her beauty, and the way she embodies grace in every movement. In relationships, the touch of the lower back can symbolize a sense of protection and safety. It's a place that, when touched with care, can help her feel grounded and secure. Whether you're gently guiding her through a crowded room or simply offering comfort during a quiet moment, your hand on her lower back can make her feel protected, cherished, and loved. This emotional significance, paired with the physical sensitivity of the area, makes the lower back a site of profound connection in both romantic and platonic relationships. The lower back is also an area that can enhance sexual attraction, though it does so in a more subtle and profound way than more overtly sensual areas. The mere act of touching or caressing this part of her body can stir up an intense response, one that is often felt throughout the entire body. The lower back, with its proximity to the hips and pelvis, is inherently tied to the body's sexual energy, and when touched with intention, it can heighten arousal and desire. Whether through a soft caress or a firmer touch, the lower back has the power to evoke passion and longing, creating a bridge between emotional and physical intimacy that is uniquely profound. Ultimately, her lower back is a place of understated beauty, strength, and sensuality. It holds the potential to communicate tenderness, care, and intimacy in ways that words often cannot. The connection that is forged through the touch of her lower back is not just physical, it is deeply emotional, forming the foundation for trust, affection, and desire. From providing comfort and reassurance to igniting passion and connection, the lower back is an area of the body that deserves more attention and appreciation. Through its combination of strength, sensitivity, and sensuality, the lower back becomes a space where both emotional and physical intimacy can thrive. Number 6. Behind the knees. Behind the knees is an often overlooked area of the body, one that holds a surprising amount of sensuality and allure. This part of the body, hidden away from casual view, becomes all the more intriguing because it is both delicate and sensitive to touch. Its smooth skin, often more vulnerable and soft than other areas, carries an inherent tenderness that can be easily overlooked in daily life. Yet, when touched with care and attention, it can awaken a deep sense of connection, intimacy, and desire. The area behind the knees is a perfect example of how the most subtle, often unseen parts of the body can hold profound power in terms of physical attraction and emotional intimacy. When someone touches the back of the knees, it is not just a simple, casual gesture. It is an invitation into deeper connection. The skin in this area is more sensitive than one might expect, and even the softest, most gentle touch can send shivers of pleasure throughout the body, evoking an immediate response that is both physical and emotional. The touch itself can create a feeling of vulnerability, And in this vulnerability lies an opportunity for a heightened sense of intimacy and trust. This is not an area that is often caressed, and as a result, any attention given to it feels incredibly personal and intimate. One of the most striking aspects of this part of the body is its association with movement and grace. Behind the knees, the body's natural lines of motion become most pronounced. This area is directly involved in walking, bending, and dancing, and its form and function are essential to the way the legs move and flow. When touched, particularly during these movements, the feeling of connection becomes all the more pronounced. It can create a sensation of fluidity, as if the body is responding to the touch in perfect harmony with its natural motions. A light caress behind the knees can be a subtle invitation to explore the depths of sensuality and grace that this area represents. This connection between movement, touch, and intimacy gives the area behind the knees a unique significance. It becomes more than just a body part. It transforms into a space where physical desire, emotional vulnerability, and movement intersect in a beautiful dance. This area is often hidden by clothing, and when someone dares to give it attention, it carries a deeper significance. The act of revealing or exposing the area behind the knees, even through a simple touch, becomes an act of trust. Allowing someone to engage with such a sensitive area of the body suggests a willingness to let them into a more personal and intimate space. There is a certain allure in the vulnerability of this gesture, a silent expression of trust and connection that goes beyond mere physical touch. Whether in a gentle embrace or a slow, lingering caress, the contact with the back of the knees creates an unspoken bond that is both thrilling and reassuring. The vulnerability behind the knees is something many people instinctively protect, but when it is touched in a respectful, attentive manner, it becomes a site of great emotional and physical significance. The sensitivity of the skin behind the knees is what makes it such an irresistible area for touch. The skin in this region is more delicate than the surrounding areas, and it responds to even the slightest touch with heightened sensitivity. The sensation of fingers lightly grazing the area can create a wave of pleasure that moves through the entire body, building a sense of intimacy and connection. The response from the skin in this area is immediate and profound, often causing a person to react instinctively, whether through a soft sigh, a shiver of delight, or even a smile of quiet enjoyment. This physical response, so deeply rooted in the sensitivity of the skin, is a clear signal of the power that touch can hold when it is directed with intention and care. In relationships, the area behind the knees can be a site of playful flirtation or intense desire. The mere act of gently running a finger along the back of the knees can send a subtle signal of attraction, one that conveys both affection and interest. It is an area of the body that is often ignored in favor of more obvious sites of attraction. But when it is acknowledged, it holds the power to create a deeper sense of intimacy. Behind the knees, as a point of physical contact, is a tender spot that can bring about not just pleasure, but also a sense of emotional closeness and connection. The vulnerability of this region, coupled with its deep sensuality, makes it an area that fosters trust and mutual respect, two foundational elements in any meaningful relationship. Furthermore, behind the knees represents a space that is not immediately associated with explicit sexuality, which is part of its allure. Its appeal lies in its subtlety. A touch here is not overt or aggressive, but rather gentle, restrained, and purposeful. It invites a connection that is more about emotional resonance and trust than just physical attraction. This makes the area behind the knees unique in its ability to foster intimacy without the need for explicit gestures. Instead, it allows for a more nuanced form of connection, one that can be incredibly potent precisely because of its understated nature. The behind-the-knees area is also associated with the concept of support. The knees themselves are crucial for movement and balance, and the area behind them is directly involved in the body's ability to perform physical tasks such as walking, running, and bending. Touching behind the knees, therefore, can symbolize not just emotional intimacy, but also an acknowledgement of the other person's strength and resilience. The back of the knees may be a hidden space, but it is also one that supports and carries the weight of the body. Just as this area offers support to the physical body, touching it gently can convey emotional support, signaling care and consideration. When explored intimately, the area behind the knees offers a gateway to not just physical closeness but emotional vulnerability. The combination of soft skin, hidden vulnerability, and the association with graceful movement creates a deeply sensual and intimate connection, whether through playful touch, soothing caresses, or passionate gestures. Behind the knees holds the potential for a truly profound connection. Its appeal lies not only in its physical attributes, but also in the emotional resonance that comes with touching a sensitive, often overlooked part of the body. This seemingly simple area, with its delicate skin and powerful symbolism, is a testament to the beauty of subtlety, where a light touch can spark a deep sense of intimacy and connection. Number 7. Her inner thighs. The inner thighs are an incredibly sensitive and intimate area of the body that hold a unique blend of vulnerability and sensuality. Nestled between the hips and the knees, this part of the body is often hidden from plain sight, which only heightens its allure. The skin on the inner thighs is soft, delicate, and more sensitive to touch than many other areas, which makes it a prime site for intimate connection. When touched with care and attention, the inner thighs can provoke a profound reaction, both physically and emotionally. The sensation of fingers tracing lightly along the inner thighs can send waves of pleasure and warmth throughout the body, creating a sense of anticipation and desire. There is something deeply intimate about this area, as it is not typically exposed in everyday interactions, making any attention given to it feel like an invitation into a deeper, more personal space. The physical response to touch in this region is often immediate, as the inner thighs are home to a dense network of nerve endings that make even the slightest touch feel amplified. The sensation can evoke a deep sense of connection and intimacy, which transcends the physical and becomes an emotional experience as well. Whether it's a slow, lingering caress or a more intense, passionate touch, the inner thighs have the power to elicit feelings of both tenderness and longing. This area of the body is inherently associated with intimacy, and for good reason. It is a place where the body can be both exposed and protected, creating a sense of paradoxical allure. The vulnerability of the inner thighs, when paired with their sensitivity, creates an opportunity for trust to develop between two people. Allowing someone to touch this area is an intimate act, one that suggests a level of comfort and closeness that goes beyond the superficial. The inner thighs, in their soft, unguarded state, become a canvas for deeper emotional connection. When touched with respect, the inner thighs can elicit an overwhelming feeling of security and desire. The simple act of a partner's hand brushing across this sensitive area can convey not only affection, but also a profound understanding of one another's physical and emotional needs. The touch is often slow and deliberate, as if to savor the moment and appreciate the tenderness of the connection. It is not merely about physical pleasure, it is about creating a space where two people can communicate without words, where every touch speaks volumes about the bond they share. The inner thighs are often considered a private part of the body, which makes the act of touching them incredibly intimate. It is a region that can convey a range of emotions, from playfulness to deep affection, and even to raw, unbridled passion. The act of touching the inner thighs can be seen as an invitation to explore not just the body, but also the heart and mind of the other person. It is a space where boundaries are tested, but also respected, as the area is both enticing and vulnerable at the same time. When someone touches the inner thighs, it is as if they are saying, "I see you, I respect you, and I want to connect with you in a way that goes beyond the surface." The intimacy of this touch cannot be overstated, as it often creates an emotional connection that is just as powerful as the physical one. The sensation of being touched in such a vulnerable area can bring forth a rush of emotions, from excitement to longing, and everything in between. This emotional response is often what makes the inner thighs such a powerful and evocative area of the body. The inner thighs are also closely linked with the body's overall sense of movement and grace. When we walk, run, or even simply shift our weight, the inner thighs play a key role in facilitating that movement. The skin in this area is soft, but it is also strong and resilient, carrying the body's weight and supporting its motions. This duality of softness and strength makes the inner thighs not just a sensual part of the body, but also one that represents stability and power. When someone touches the inner thighs, they are not just connecting with a tender, sensitive area of the body, they are also acknowledging the strength and grace that this part of the body represents. The inner thighs, therefore, become a symbol of both vulnerability and strength, creating a powerful contrast that makes them all the more attractive and alluring. The act of touching the inner thighs also holds a psychological component, as it speaks to the idea of pushing boundaries and exploring new levels of intimacy. This part of the body, due to its private nature, can feel like a place of discovery. For both individuals involved, touching the inner thighs represents a mutual understanding of each other's desires and boundaries. It is not just about physical touch, but also about creating a space where emotional and psychological boundaries can be explored in a safe and respectful manner. The touch itself becomes a shared experience, one that is rooted in trust and respect. By allowing someone to touch the inner thighs, there is a silent understanding that both parties are opening themselves up to a deeper connection, one that transcends the physical realm and touches upon the emotional and psychological aspects of intimacy. The inner thighs are not only a place of sensitivity, but also one of sensuality. The mere act of someone getting close to this area can stir up powerful feelings, both within the person being touched and within the person doing the touching. There is an undeniable magnetism to this area of the body, as it is a space that is both intimate and charged with potential. It is a region that, when touched with care and consideration, can create a profound sense of connection between two people, bridging the gap between physical attraction and emotional intimacy. The soft skin of the inner thighs, combined with their sensitivity and sensuality, makes them one of the most powerful areas of the body to explore in moments of closeness. When touched thoughtfully, the inner thighs become a symbol of both trust and passion, embodying the delicate balance between tenderness and desire. In relationships, the inner thighs become a space where love, affection, and connection can be expressed in the most intimate of ways. Whether through playful teasing or more passionate encounters, this area of the body serves as a reminder of the deep emotional bond that exists between two people. It is a part of the body that, when touched with intention, becomes a powerful tool for expressing love and affection, creating a space where both individuals can feel safe, valued, and desired. Ultimately, the inner thighs are a testament to the power of intimacy, where physical touch becomes a language all its own, one that speaks volumes without ever needing to say a word. Number 8. Her feet. Feet are often an overlooked and underappreciated part of the body, yet they hold a unique power in human connection, particularly in intimate settings. The feet, with their intricate structure of bones, muscles, tendons, and skin, are much more than just the tools we use to walk and support our weight. They are symbols of grounding and stability, representing the foundation upon which we stand. When it comes to intimacy, feet can evoke a deep sense of sensuality, mystery, and attraction. This seemingly humble part of the body is, in fact, often one of the most sensitive areas to touch, with nerve endings that respond intensely to even the lightest brush. The soft skin of the soles, the curve of the arch, the delicate structure of the toes, all contribute to the allure and intimacy that can be felt in the presence of touch. When a partner focuses attention on the feet, whether through a gentle massage, a slow caress, or even the act of simply kissing or licking them, it can create an unexpected but powerful connection. There's something intensely personal and vulnerable about allowing someone to touch your feet, as it invites them to care for and explore a part of your body that's usually kept hidden and often neglected. Feet are a reflection of our connection to the earth, and when someone touches or gazes upon them, it can feel like they're grounding you in the moment, creating a deep sense of presence and intimacy. This tactile experience of connection goes beyond the physical realm, reaching into the psychological and emotional. There is an intimacy in how someone approaches the feet. It requires trust and care to allow someone into such a private, personal space. Feet are often a source of vulnerability because they are typically hidden away in shoes, and taking the time to focus on them reveals a deep level of trust and openness. The act of gently massaging or running fingers along the feet can release tension and evoke sensations of relaxation and pleasure. There is something incredibly soothing about having someone focus on this often neglected area, paying attention to each arch, toe, and curve. The feet can also be highly responsive to touch, as the skin on the soles is soft and sensitive, containing many nerve endings that are eager to be stimulated. Even the simplest touch, like the press of a thumb into the arch or the tracing of a finger along the toes, can send waves of warmth through the body, amplifying feelings of affection and desire. Feet are also a symbol of submission and power in certain intimate dynamics. In some cultures, the feet are revered and considered sacred, often treated with great respect. A foot massage, for instance, can be seen as an act of devotion, a way to honor and care for a partner in a way that is both nurturing and intimate. When one partner kisses, massages, or otherwise attends to the other's feet, it is an act of giving, of offering comfort and affection. It creates a sense of vulnerability, as the person receiving the attention is laying bare a part of their body that is usually kept hidden. This vulnerability can be incredibly powerful, as it fosters trust and deepens the bond between two people. At the same time, the act of caring for someone's feet can feel empowering for the giver, as it demonstrates a willingness to nurture and a desire to connect on a deeper level. Feet can be seen as a symbol of vulnerability, but they can also embody power and control, especially in dynamics where one partner takes charge, guiding the other through gentle but firm gestures. The feet, in this sense, become more than just a physical part of the body. They are a metaphor for the emotional exchange between partners, where both dominance and submission can be played out in tender, loving gestures. Feet also carry a sense of journey, of movement, and of shared experiences. They are the body's way of connecting to the world, of taking steps toward new places, people, and experiences. When you allow someone to touch or kiss your feet, you're allowing them to connect with your past, your path, and your journey. The feet represent where you've been and where you're going, and they carry the weight of your experiences. The act of touching them can therefore feel deeply personal, as if the person is connecting with the very essence of who you are, acknowledging the life you've lived and the path you've taken. In a way, feet hold a narrative of your life. When someone caresses or kisses them, it can feel like they're honoring that narrative, taking the time to appreciate every step you've taken, every place your feet have carried you. This recognition of your journey can be incredibly powerful and affirming, creating a deeper emotional connection between the two of you. Feet can also represent playfulness and eroticism, as they often remain hidden or are rarely given attention in everyday life. When they are touched, kissed, or even gently tickled, it can create a feeling of light-heartedness and intimacy, breaking down barriers and making both partners feel more open and comfortable with one another. The feet, because they are so often overlooked, can take on an unexpected erotic charge, especially in the context of a romantic or sexual relationship. There is an innocence and a playfulness in the act of focusing on someone's feet, which contrasts with the deeper, more intense feelings of desire and affection that are also present. In this sense, feet can evoke both the tender and the passionate, creating a balance between gentle intimacy and raw connection. Ultimately, feet are a powerful symbol of connection, trust, and vulnerability. They represent not just the body's connection to the earth, but also the emotional connection that two people can share. When a partner lovingly touches your feet, it's an acknowledgement of both your physical and emotional journey. It is an intimate act that transcends the physical, tapping into deeper feelings of trust, respect, and affection. Feet are often neglected and ignored, but when they are given the attention they deserve, they can become a gateway to a deeper, more meaningful connection. Whether through a gentle massage, a kiss, or a tender touch, the feet hold the power to create profound emotional experiences, making them a beautiful and meaningful part of intimate connection.